Hi guys, it's Rick Shiels down here at Quest Golf Academy here at Prairie Sports Village. I'm going to put a list together for the top 10 irons of 2017. These are all golf clubs that I've tested and I've reviewed. I'm going to put them in some sort of list to help you guys if you're looking for new irons. How I'm going to compile this list, I'm going on performance, looks, feel, and also factoring in price. This whole list caters for all golfers. So if you're a really good golfer or you're a higher handicapper, this list is going to compile all the golf clubs together to help you decide which ones may suit your game. As always, these are just my opinion, the golf clubs that I've tested, but I want to kind of use that knowledge to help you guys potentially in what golf clubs may suit your game. I'm also going to do a list for drivers and putters and wedges. If they're not already on my channel, link in the corner, they will be very soon. Let's get straight into it and let's dive into number 10. Okay, so number 10. Now this is an iron that at first when it came out, it caused a huge storm, and it's not just one iron, it's two. These are the Callaway Epic and the Callaway Epic Pro. Now these golf clubs, there's no question, they performed brilliantly. They're long, they're forgiving, they look incredible. They're a little bit on the low spin side, but the actual engineering that have gone into these golf clubs are second to none. The issue with that, it came with a ridiculous price tag. Now I feel if the price tag was low, these Callaway Epic irons in my list would have gone a little bit higher. But here's a little clip of me hitting them. They definitely look incredible. They definitely feel incredible. They are definitely long, and they are definitely expensive. Here's a little clip of me testing the Callaway Epic and the Callaway Epic Pro. That's sweet. That is as good as I can hit a golf shot. Go straight in. Go in. Oh, I've never had one go in before on the simulator. In at number 9, these are also golf clubs when they first came out, caused a huge storm. People saying it'll never work. People saying this is crazy. And these are the Cobra Forged one length irons. Inspired when Bryson DeChambeau moved to Cobra, they brought out a set of golf clubs that looked incredible, but they were all one length. The idea of that is that you don't have to change your swing too much. You can swing the same for all of the golf clubs. Now I see these golf clubs suiting some golfers and not suiting other golfers. But there's no question that the concept and the idea is definitely engineered to help quite a mass amount of golfers, if I'm honest. When I tested them, the only thing I found that I struggled with was the 3 and 4 iron didn't go high enough. I couldn't get it high enough. And the pitching wedge and the stand wedge went a little bit too high, just because of the shaft length and how that affects the club head speed. But the performance, the feel, the looks and the price put these in 9th position. There are other one length irons available out on the market, but for me, none of them look as good as the Cobra. That's why the Cobra are in this list. Here's a little clip of me hitting the one length earlier this year. Yeah, it feels great. Feels very, very nice. Okay, so moving up into number 8. Now these are another set of golf clubs that caused huge storm. I've started with 3 very controversial sets. Number 8 are new to the market, and they came in like a bulldozer, like a wrecking ball. This is the PXG range of irons, the 0311s. You've got the standard 0311, you've got the 0311XF, which is the forgiving iron, and you've got the 0311T. Now the idea and the concept behind these irons, that price was no objective when they were making them. Mr. Bob Parsons, who make these golf clubs, said, let's just make the best we can make. And with that, we've seen different engineering factors. The tungsten weight going all the way around the golf club. The forged feel on a forgiving iron. I've not seen that much that often. And they look industrial. They look different. They look cool. They look funky. And again, a bit like the Callaway Epic irons, these golf clubs would have been ranked higher in my list if the price tag was not as high. If you can afford them, I think you'd slip into the PXGs and you would love them. But for majority of the golfers out in the world, for me, there's better irons for the money. But if I look then on performance and certainly feel, you then mix that with an industrial look, this is why it does rank into 8th place on my list, the 0311 range of irons. Here's a little clip of me hitting the irons back end of last year, but these are still current irons this year. Now that was nice. That's long. Whoa, this is gonna go in the hole. It's long still, oh God. Okay, so now we move up to number 7 on the list, and we've got another entry for Callaway. They do bring enough irons out, so they've got 2 entries in this list, because these irons, I actually really enjoyed hitting them and I loved the look of them. This was the Callaway Steelhead XR irons and the Callaway Steelhead XR Pro irons. 2 different golf clubs to cater for different types of golfers, a more forgiving model and then a slightly smaller version of them. Now what I liked about these irons, for me, was the looks outweighed possibly everything else in this category. I always loved the Steelhead iron. Steelhead iron were mega successful in the day. And then they've blended that with the XR technology that they've had in irons for the last couple of years. So the 360 face cup and all the other factors that go into modern club design, but they brought a traditional shape back and they gelled the two together, and out came the Steelhead XR. I think they look great. I think they performed brilliantly. A little bit, again, low on the spin, but when you hit them, they fly like rocket ships. This is a clip of me hitting the Callaway Steelhead XR and the Callaway Steelhead XR Pro. They're in at number 7. Oh, there we go. That's right in the middle. That is right in the screws. Felt lovely, that. So in at number 6. Now, unlike the 4 clubs I've already mentioned, in 7, 8, 9 and 10 position, these golf clubs are very much on the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to price. But performance are right up there with even the really pricey ones that I've just mentioned. These are the Ben Ross HTX compressor range and the compressor type R. I've only tested these very recently, and performance are as good as anything on the market. If you don't know about Ben Ross, it is a UK company. I think they distribute to Europe as well. But for the price point, I mean, a fraction of the price of some of the irons I've already talked about. Performance was incredible. The looks, they were okay. They didn't blow me away by looks, because again, if you're looking at making a more of a budget set, you're not going to put all your money in just making them look fantastic. So there's little glitches in the look of the Ben Ross irons. But performance and then the price factor, they've ranked in number 6 for me. The HTXR compressor for the forgiving golfer and the HTX compressor type R for the better player. Here's a little clip of me hitting the Ben Ross just a few months ago. That doesn't feel bad at all. It actually feels really nice. That's a long hit as well. Yeah, it's nice. That's gone a long way. Okay, so in at number 5, we're halfway through the list. Now I know new versions of these are coming out very, very soon. And I don't know if they're going to be that different to this range of clubs. And already, these are still on my top 10 list, even top 5. This is the Titleist range. So we're currently on the 716s. We've got the AP1, AP2, we've got the MB and the CB. The 4 sets of golf clubs cater for every golfer. AP2 being the kind of the cavity back. Jordan Spieth uses the AP2. They look great. They are forged irons. You've got the AP1, which is a bigger version. Again, Titleist didn't normally, going back years, never catered for the forgiving golfer. They never wanted to really tackle that market. Well, they have now. And I'm glad, because the AP1 is a great golf club. And then you've got the traditional irons. You've got the CB, the cavity back, and then you've got the MB, the muscle back. Now, these are pillars in Titleist iron range, and they've not changed for many, many years. And even though we probably know new ones are coming out very, very soon, back end of 2017, I don't believe they're going to change that much, and I think they're only going to get better. So currently, still in 5th place are the Titleist range, the 716 range, AP1, AP2, MB and CB. In at number 5, here's a little clip of me hitting them what feels like forever ago. But new ones are coming soon, and I would imagine they're just going to slip into this number 5 place just the same. But I'll wait to test them coming soon. Here's a little clip of me testing 716s. Oh, they feel good. They feel nice. Oh, and they feel even better than they look. Okay, so now we're moving up the rank and we're into number 4. Now, this set of golf clubs blew me away. This is the range of golf clubs of the Mizuno JPX 900 range. Whoa, seriously, these were awesome looking golf clubs. You had the Tour, which is the blade, or semi-blade. You had the Forged, which is that kind of middle cavity. And then you've got the Hot Metal, which is the more forgiving model. All 3 irons look incredible. All 3 irons performed incredible. And all 3 irons kind of had that magical kind of feeling about them. Certainly the Tour, certainly the Forged. They say nothing feels like a Mizuno, and it's hard to look past that when you're hitting the JPX 900 range. They just felt incredible. The Hot Metal, yet maybe not for me, but I know there's massive market for the Hot Metal as well, which is the more forgiving iron. Here's a little clip of me testing them back end of last year and how the Tour didn't end up in my bag. Is only down to the next 3 clubs on my list. Here's a little clip of me hitting the Mizuno 900 range, JPX 900 range. Oh, that's a great shot. That has come out like a rocket. Okay, so we now reach the top 3. These are the top 3 irons that I've tested and reviewed in 2017. Now, this iron, number 3, was really interesting for me. I wasn't that bothered and I wasn't that excited about testing this particular golf club because I hadn't really heard a great deal about it. And it was only at the time when I actually hit it that suddenly I was like, whoa, what is this thing? Even when I took it out the wrapper, I wasn't that blown away. But feel nothing beats it. And this is the Wilson FG Tour V6 iron. This is, without question, the best feeling iron on the whole of this list. It really is. It looks great behind the ball and it feels superb. It just doesn't look that great when you hold the golf club and spin it round and look at it from the head. It kind of looks a little bit, I don't know, not quite perfect. And that is my only criticism about this golf club. It performs great. It feels fantastic. It's got an underlying level of forgiveness under it. It's not too strong lofted. It just kind of hits the target perfect. I just think there's better models when you spin the golf club round and look at the back of it. And you might think, well, what does that matter? I do think it has a big influence on when players are actually falling in love with irons. If players can get over the look of an iron and hit the Wilson, I think they'll fall in love with it like I have. So in at number 3 is the Wilson FG Tour V6 iron. Here's a little clip of me hitting these irons and just loving the feel, loving it completely. Felt awesome, felt class. Really, really nice flight. Pulled it so it might go an extra couple of yards further. Okay, so in at number 2, we get to the top 2 irons for 2017. And this particular iron is one of a family of irons, but I'm only including the one because I didn't think the other family members were that impressive this year. In at number 2 is the TaylorMade M1 iron, and I'm only putting the M1 iron in this category. For me, it was a brilliant iron. It was a breath of fresh air compared to the other TaylorMade irons they brought out this year, just weren't that impressive. The TaylorMade M1, what I liked about it, it looked great, it felt fantastic, and it performed, and it performed, and it performed. It's forgiving, it looks smart, it's not too bulky, it's got a really kind of, feels to me that it would have a massive spread of players that would want to use this iron. From higher handicappers to middle handicappers to low handicappers to beginners to pros. I honestly think this iron, this M1 iron, really does cater for a lot of golfers. Unlike the M2 iron just didn't hit it for me. It was too long, it didn't look as good, it didn't sound as good, it just didn't hit the spots. And certainly for me, the P770 and P750s just did not cut it. They just didn't, they just didn't fit in what TaylorMade normally make with irons. For me, they weren't as good. It's my personal opinion, you've always got to remember that. But the ones that I definitely put at number 2 is the TaylorMade M1 iron. Here's a little clip of me hitting them, and thank God they brought this iron out this year, because I was really starting to worry about the iron range coming from TaylorMade. But the M1, awesome. Okay, so we get to top spot. Number 1, the best iron that I feel that I've tested and I've reviewed for 2017. Now this is a little bit of a family of irons, but I'm going to pick one. But what's nice about this one that I'm going to pick, there are other options around this particular iron. For me, the number 1 iron for 2017 was the Ping i200. Now, why I've chosen this iron, for me, it performed brilliantly, it felt great, it flew great, it looks great, and it really does cater for a mass amount of golfers. Now, even if the i200 doesn't suit a golfer, what I like about it is the clubs that kind of complement it and work alongside it aren't that different. So if you're a better player and you want more bladed look, you slip down to iBlade and you still get all the benefits, all the perks that you would in the i200. It's just a smaller iron and looks incredible, the iBlade. I love that iron. But then if you want a little bit more forgiveness, you can jump into the G400, which has only just been released. And you've got forgiveness, you've still got great looks, you've still got great feel. And I just feel like the 3 golf clubs, the G400, the i200 and the iBlade, really do complement each other very, very well. But the number 1 iron for me is the i200. It fits in this category wonderfully well. It suits a lot of golfers, it looks great, it sounds great, it feels great, and it's not going to break the bank ridiculously like some of the other irons that I've mentioned in this video. It's got custom fit options, and I really like the fact that you can even gel a set going from G400s into i200s into iBlades, and you would get a really all-round set. Here's a little clip of me hitting the i200, the iBlade, and the G400. I'm a big fan of that flight. Very neutral flight. Oh, that felt great. That felt great. Go in the hole. Yeah. Yep. Easy, easy, easy. So there you have it. That is my list for 2017. I know there's golf clubs that are going to be coming out after I make this video, but I want to make it now because we're in the middle of the season. Loads of different choice in that list, from better players to higher handicappers to low price points to high price points, and then you've got sets that really just cater for everyone. And that's kind of how I've compiled this list. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think's been the best iron you've seen in 2017? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you are new to my channel, hit that subscribe button. It's the big red button. I review loads of equipment. I do course videos. I do instructional videos and everything related to golf. I'm also going to do a top 10 driver list. That's going to be up in the corner if it's not already on my channel. I'm also going to do a top 10 putters and a top 10 wedges, all coming very soon. Guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like always, please, please, please go out and test these golf clubs. Don't just take my word for it. This is just a guide, if anything. So take it as you see it. It is just a guide to which I feel have been the best clubs this year. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned to the channel, and we'll see you soon.